Facebook. It's on YouTube. Hey, it's on TikTok. It's just everywhere. Who you know Lee like this? Okay, so I know you just saw me. Literally just a couple of hours ago I was here. But I'm back. And let me just get this Facebook running. Then we can start the show. Those who are logging in, please. Those who are joining now, please just let me know that you can hear me. I am flying a little bit, just a little bit blind. Malume Kuzo. Raka inverter, man. Thank you, GT. Thank you, GT, for the confirmation. We're going to talk about two things today. But let me go ahead and start the show. Welcome, everybody, to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is George Mukwena. I am your host. This show is on every Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, and then also Monday to Wednesday at 8 p.m. We also do watch-alongs, as we did today for Banyana Banyana, where possible. And also the big three. So we are going to be watching Orlando Pirates playing tomorrow. And yeah, we'll check that out. Today we're going to speak about two things. Number one, MAMELODI Sundowns. How I had the fresh fade during the show, Malume Kuto. I had the you guys don't recognize. Aye, man. We're going to talk about two things. The absolute monster of a team that is MAMELODI Sundowns, currently unbeaten in the league, showed that it can bleed. TP Mazembe beating MAMELODI Sundowns 1-0 in their CAF Champions League game at Stade TP Mazembe. So we're going to discuss whether this is the beginning of the end, should alarm bells be ringing, and all of that stuff. And then, of course, secondarily, Banyana Banyana has qualified for the 2024 Women's African Cup of Nations game tournament, beating Burkina Faso 2-0 in a tournament. In the second leg of the second round, meaning that they'll be able to go to that tournament and defend their crown. As you know, they are the current reigning, defending African champions. If you want to join the show, just know that you have to join me on TikTok while I'm live. Follow the account, and then there comes a time where I'll say I'm opening up the show, and you'll be able to request and add your voice to one of my panels live. Also, there's a poll that I'm running that simply asks the question, is Sundowns beatable? Yes, no, or this was just a lucky win by TP Mazembe. Also, if you want to watch any of the previous episodes, they are available in full on Facebook and on YouTube. We've had some incredible conversations, watch-along reviews, a whole bunch of football stuff, as well as some other content that I put out on Facebook and on YouTube that is just a little bit too long for TikTok. So if you want to watch any of that stuff, that is available on Facebook and YouTube. So do me the favor, following the TikTok account, following the Facebook page, and also subscribing to the YouTube channel. So because we had a big game, big games come with press conferences. So let's hear a snippet from our friends over at Disky Fans of Coach Rulani going through some of what happened in this game. Over to you, Coach Rulani. Hey, man, advert. Okay, here we go.
Ligue des Champions.
Bonjour mon ami.
Quelle réaction
Comment ça va?
Ça va
Bien,
bien.
bien.
Quelle réaction après cette première défaite en Ligue des Champions?
So, coach, what reaction do you have after losing this first lose in Champions League for MAMELODI Sundowns?
Bonjour. Congratulations to TP Mazembe on the win.
Félicitations au TP Mazembe pour avoir gagné.
And of course, we are not happy to lose the match.
Bien sûr, on n'est pas fiers de cette défaite.
Especially if you consider the number of chances that we created.
Et surtout quand vous ratez plusieurs opportunités, plusieurs chances de scorer.
I mean, we had clear-cut chances. I remember we hit the crossbar upright 3 times.
Je pense qu'on a touché le montant, le poteau 3 fois.
There was a very good save also in the second half with Peter Shalulile and one-on-one with the keeper, and he made a very, very good save with his feet.
Et il y a aussi le bon arrêt du gardien en seconde période face à Peter Chalulile.
But and then the type of goal that we concede is a little bit difficult to stomach.
Et le genre de but que l'on concède, c'est un peu difficile à digérer.
But of course, at the end of the day, what matters in football is the result.
Et à la fin, le football, ce qui compte, c'est le résultat.
And so, with a lot of graciousness and humility, we accept the defeat.
Avec beaucoup d'humilité, on accepte la défaite.
And congratulate our opponents on winning.
Et félicitations encore une fois de plus au TP Mazembe qui a gagné.
Coach, c'est Jean Gadou de Radio Capi. Est-ce que cette victoire de Mazembe vous a surpris ou est-ce que votre défaite vous a personnellement surpris aussi?
This win of TP Mazembe surprised you or is another thing?
No, I spoke to you guys about TP Mazembe.
Je vous ai expliqué, les gars, par rapport à ce que est le TP Mazembe.
The same organizational forms with Fofana on the side.
C'est la même organisation avec Fofana sur un côté.
Bear up front, number 9.
Béa au point de l'attaque.
Mola Dapo, Kunzima, you know.
Mola Dapo en milieu de terrain.
Second balls, crosses in the box.
Et surtout sur les deuxièmes ballons en milieu de terrain pour essayer d'organiser les jeux.
So I wouldn't say we were surprised, but we lost.
On ne peut pas dire qu'on est surpris, mais on a perdu.
And so congratulations to the opposition.
Et félicitations encore une fois de plus par rapport à l'opposition.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. For time's sake, if you want to listen to the full thing, it is available on the Diski Fans YouTube channel. Shout out to Diski Fans. They're always coming through with these press conferences. So these are stats from the game. 9 shots from TP Mazembe, 2 on target. 16 shots from Sundowns, 6 on target. They had 66% of the possession. 510 passes versus TP Mazembe's 262. Their pass completion accuracy was 81% versus TP Mazembe 70. TP Mazembe had more fouls at 15, 2 yellow cards apiece, 15 versus 9, 2 yellow cards apiece, 5 offsides for TP Mazembe versus the 1 from Sundowns, 2 corners versus 6 from Sundowns. And of course, they won 1-0 through a 60-minute goal through Glody Likonza. Glody Likonza making sure that TP Mazembe keeps the 3 points. And the group currently stands at, everybody's played 2 points, 2 games. Everybody's got 3 points. Everybody's won 1, everybody's lost 1. So basically, Sundowns is on top by virtue of that 3-0 win versus Nudi Nwadibu in their first game. But it's all even, essentially. And it seems like everybody's beating everybody in this group. Pyramids, of course, is last because they've only scored 1 goal and conceded 2. Look, he's right. Sundowns had so many chances, right? But this is the difference between Champions League and PSL. 1 chance, you score, you take it away, then the other team has to chase. Yes, Sundowns were a little bit unlucky not to be able to take advantage of those 3 cross-by hits. But a loss is a loss is a loss. And there was some drama in that press conference because Urulani walked out after he was asked, did you come all this way to lose to TP Mazembe? And he walked out. So I think it's a game of missed chances. But TP Mazembe claims that win. I think what really shows that you're playing a serious tournament, they tried that free kick. You know that little thing they played over to Ribeiro versus Supersport? They tried it. TP Mazembe was here. And they took advantage of that. So I'm going to open up the lines and ask the simple question. is it time for alarm bells to be ringing because this is a very serious competition? Or is it just a lucky win that will happen? Every now and then people will get wins. Even in the PSL, maybe this season people will win. So I'm opening up the lines. Please remember that you have to be following me in order to join. And at the bottom of your screen right now on TikTok, there's a button that says multi-guest. Click on that button, request, and you can join the panel and we can have a little bit of conversation about this. But also, guys, there's a goal here. There's a gift goal. There's a gift goal up here at the top on TikTok. Please, drop on the gift, man. Kenyang the gift mo, so that we can carry on with this. GT already saying it's a lucky win. Lucky win. Okay. Let me hear from the people. Kumo. How are you, my Sandawana friend?
Awona ke sharp wa ke na stress wena
Awuna stress. Ke mnati. Banyana you win. They've qualified. How did we get team how? How did you see this match? Your general thoughts of this match, firstly.
my bra I don't know what we could have done better besides scoring because we were dominating in all aspects if we could have taken our chances we would be saying a different story ne? And people are making it seem like TP Mazembe is that TP Mazembe of the 90s or early 2000s. There was nothing there, bruh. Shiapo, granted they won at home, but we saw videos of something by the polls. We don't want to speculate.
Man.
We won.
Man.
Not really, idiot. Because we motivate our players. Kachelete. That magic and there's video proof. But we couldn't score. So the game could have been at least if we took our chances 6-0 or 6-1 with their goal. So there's no way to panic for Sundowns. Because our play was still there. There was no panic in the way we played. We created so many chances. We just didn't take them. Now, get lost. So it's frustrating. There's nothing great about TP Mazembe. And the great thing about this, I hear you say it's what you call this, like it's a serious league and our thing didn't work. That day, I think it's a game of saying luck was not on our side that day. And it's a group stage. Still, living cabinet is still number 1. So even when they come here, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose good pyramids. They're gonna lose somewhere else. Like, sure.
What's not ready palipalona?
Yeah, board or go for like a lane. I get consult to say.
Are you worried at all? Are you worried at all about this was the same trend versus Super Sport. You scored 2 goals, but you could have scored 6. And now you go to Mazembe, you could have scored 6, Hape, couldn't score anything. Do you think that it's a worrying factor, or is it just, man, it happens?
It's not a worrying factor. I mean, like this Sundowns team, remember we had our best strikers, they were injured for a long time. And we were just creeping by getting wins and stuff. Mara, like even traditionally, you know how wasteful Tempazwani can be. You know how wasteful Shalulile can be. That game wasn't their day. I don't know what happened. Maybe they were exhausted. I'm not trying to make any excuses, but we know when Sundowns gets it right, they do get it right. So this is nothing to fear. Luckily, we still have chances. Even if we lose the next 2 games back to back, we will still qualify for the top 8. I get. I'm using top 8 because you guys can't relate to quarterfinal. So I have to use something because I'm being accommodating. No, Rafaela. And the thing is like, losing, it's so taboo. Like everyone is excited that Sundowns lost. I mean, like upsets do happen. It's football. Manchester United drew Tottenham as second string. But still, upsets do happen, guys. So it's nothing to panic. Sharp when we play against them, more than a full of tasks.
Okay, let me bring you that. Dala, I wanna say something. You said, I think it was last week, Sundowns can't beat TP Mazembe. And now, badlalile ne TP Mazembe, badliwa. How are you, my brother? Welcome.
Ngibingelele uthi ngibingelele wena nepanel yonke lapha. Yeah, Manish. You know, last week ngikhulumile ama-fans athi hayi ngikhulumiswa yipain. But I told you guys ukuthi playing eLubumbashi Stadium is not for everyone. Lapha TP Mazembe ngeke uvele uyihle. And someone said ukuthi TP Mazembe is no more. And I said, but TP Mazembe won the Champions League 2015 before Sundowns won it 2016. And 2016 TP Mazembe won CAF Confed back to back 2016 and 2017. Yes, over the years azange baperforme kahle, but they are still dangerous at home. So I feel like uRolani Mokoena, and I said this ukuthi uRolani Mokoena, TP Mazembe is the only team that angakayishayi Africa. Big team, I'm saying big team. So Mamelodi Sundowns, I felt like they underestimated the TP Mazembe based on stats, because of stats says Mamelodi Sundowns has won many times against TP Mazembe, but they that is still TP Mazembe, the 5 times CAF Champions League winners. Like history is still there. If you compare TP Mazembe with Al Ahly, they are up there 11 Sundowns ngakafiki good. So it's one of those things ukuthi uRolani came into that match and
Hey. Ntate Mtsipe, ba tlogele Ntate Mtsipe. Oh, what tlogele ba bue Ntate Mtsipe, but it's fine. Are you still with me? Okay, let me go to Kolani. Kolani, while Dela it comes back, how are you, my brother?
I'm alright, so see you, Vis.
Oh, right. Ngicela ngicela ngitshela uNtate Mtsipe ukuthi mana angasivaleli man.
But I think Vodacom, Fes, I'm a partners in. Because they're giving me half time, so now see, yeah, it's a so way, but it's very long apart.
What did you think of the game?
No, it's, I think we don't have to panic, Fes. Yeah, because it came here, Fes was a very exciting game, created a lot of chances. It was so unfortunate we couldn't convert even one, so but when the chance and then they capitalized. But all in all, I was happy with the performance of Yamachita. Just that it wasn't the a day of our strikers.
Are you worried that
I'm not sure.
Are you worried that the strikers Super Sport they missed a lot of chances? This one they missed a lot of chances, or is it just Is it just something that happens every now and then?
Yeah, but it happened every now and then. I mean, Uhalada Koranga this past weekend, so so bad to complain about social where I'm a top strikers in the world. Go play a weekend, being a score. Like this. But I understand most of those because it's sometimes like recently, it's almost a given because going to a game, obviously sometimes is a win. But game of football is not like that. There is no therefore good football. So congratulations to him as the 7 chance they scored a goal. But game wise, performance wise, we were on top of them. So I'm not worried. If we could get scoring puts 8 to this coming weekend against the Pyramid, I'm not worried for it.
Okay. Let me bring you a step further. How are you?
Sharp, manje.
Right, man, right, Pela. Team yami winile, so I'm okay. How did you see this game?
Hey, mina ngiworried ngabandile be-Sundowns. Ngabakhohle ukuthi lapha e-Africa kusiyi-league le. Abazenzela yonke into khona. Champions League le. Uqola ukuthi performance wise bewathi what baba akufuna performance e-Africa. I-Sundowns ikwazi ukudlala rough mayidlala nathi le South Africa. Mayisiya lapha la kumele idlale khona rough izodlala street ayisebenzi leyo. And enye into bekumele bedlule lapha eOrlando ne bebuza ukuthi kudlalwa kanjani manje neTP Mazembe bese batshela thina ukuthi manje neTP Mazembe you don't play it nice ngoba kusuke kuliwa lapha. So bona beza ngendaba ukuthi bona badlala ibhola lemnandi tikitaka what ayisebenzi ball position. I-Champions League le uRolani kumele avuke manje ukuthi this is Champions League asisebenza ama record ukuthi uzowina 7 out of 7 what ayisebenzi leyo. So now I think kodwa ke ngoba nakubedliwe ubonile ukuthi okay fine siyadleka nathi maybe kwi second leg or kwamanye ama game uzodlala ngendlela abadlala ngayo eAfrica because bafike into abayenzile bavele bangamxhawula nje ubaqhawula abadlali babo to show ukuthi kudlalwa ngenqondo lapha eAfrica. First game into isaqala igame baphakamisa izandla bangabaxhawuli babakhombisa ukuthi kudlalwa kanjani eAfrica awudlali kamnandi lapha. So nje i-Sundowns kumele ivuke akuyona le league le ezenzele amathanda kuyo laphana kuse-Africa and kusekude bewini i-Champions League yesibili. Kusekude baqawude CFL le kusekude
manje ngitshele naba bakhona ukukora shawa amapali i-super sport nayo they could have buried it, they didn't bury it ngalawo ma-goal. Should i-Sundowns be worried good time man 2 games bangafinishi la ma-chance?
ya angithi yazi ukuthi konke kuhamba kuphele phela i-era nawo le abakuyo bengacabanga ukuthi bengonkulunkulu i-era angithi izophela this time but kuhamba konke kuphele yabo. Into elandelayo kuba ama-injury bese bayaqala bayabhubha yabo. So i-era lena iyabo siyababongela bamnandi but mina vele ngibathandi. So nje ngigrand iMazembe ibabhonyile and i-Champions League ababuze kithi ukuthi kuyiwa kanjani kwi-final for the second time or for the third time because ngeke beze beye kwi-final babakhombisa i-Champions League asidlali kamnandi abadlule lapha ePark Time bebuza kuyiwa kanjani kwi-Champions League i-final for wesibili or wesithathu. So nje bona basezinga
hayi basazokugibela manje. Let me bring you to Agent. Agent, how are you my brother?
I'm surprised that people are talking about that our star is rusty. I don't know, some are speaking about apartheid stars here, but it's fine. It's okay. It's fine. No comments.
How did you see the game?
I'll just go to the game and, I don't know if others will watch the game or they saw the results. I don't know. Maybe because it was on shady websites and stuff. Maybe they didn't watch the game, but it's fine. Sundowns lost. It's fine. It's okay. But anyways, going to the game. Give me a second.
Hey, man. Lewena. Tate Mtsipe batlogele man.
No, my network is always good, eh? And I'm Mtsipe, we are friends, eh? But,
okay, Amba. Oh, you're back in.
Yeah, what I'm gonna say is this,
There
right? I think this is the difference between me and praise and worshipers, not those from church, but from Sundowns,
That's all. Double agent.
It's what you call a double-edged sword. I hit on both sides. But anyways, for me, Rulani came with a master plan. It worked. Just that the boys were not putting in the ball at the back of the net. It reminded me of MTN8 final. We had Pirates number, just that we couldn't score. It was a similar game, So big ups to Rulani and his Tinkal team for that. We did well in an artificial pitch. We did good. And we didn't lose because Mazembe were better than us, or we were affected by the atmosphere or anything. No, we lost because we couldn't put the ball at the back of the net. It's as simple as that, But in the same vein, I'm gonna say, but Urulani man, how can you bring in Usirino with 2 minutes left? I know you say your players better than us and stuff like that. Yeah, sure, you are the coach, you know everything, but you don't have monopoly of wisdom. You don't own this football. This football doesn't belong to your family. You know, I know your family had
His
great
family
players, but-
has a lot though.
yeah, but football doesn't come from Soweto. Yeah, you cannot know everything. Yeah, this is it's not Kaizer Chiefs. Yeah, where it belongs to someone's father. Yeah, it belongs to all of us. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that, seriousness aside, I didn't agree with the substitutions. You know, I think they were. He should have brought in Usirino before Unko, you know, and we know Usirino set pieces is good, you know, attacking wise is good, and he scores chances, you know. Unku had a purple patch who is doing good, but now his form has dipped, you know. So I don't think he's the player that to bring in to score, you know, because Unku maybe are bringing him to create chances, you know, but we're creating chances. We're just finishing them. So you bring someone who can finish those chances. And for me, Sereno is a better finisher than Unku. You know, the problem wasn't chance creation. It was putting the ball at the back of the net, you know. So I think that's the only thing which I criticize from Urulani. I have to take this call.
Okay. Kumo, is this a blessing in disguise? Yes, it's a loss, but it's a loss very early. Maybe it's a loss that is needed, maybe to refocus the team. Do you feel that it's a blessing, maybe?
George. Okay. What blessing? Blessing for who? Like as if we need motivation to win the stuff.
Not motivation. Like, you know, when you're 9-0 cruising in the league, when you've won the AFL, when you've won this stuff, I guess sometimes it's easier to hit a bump now than to hit a bump in the last 8, as you call it.
Yeah, I gotta say, yo, hi, I'm trying so hard to be okay. Sure, born. Blessing, there's no blessings here in disguise, because we're chasing records, we're chasing to win this thing. And when you say blessing in disguise, you're also implying that we've got big heads, which is not the case.
Not really, but okay.
It's not a blessing in disguise. See? Fine, we know we are beatable. And by the way, we're not soft. We are aggressive because we were practicing for Africa. So, okay, sharp. Maybe it's a wake-up call, we shouldn't be complacent. I'll give you that. But not a blessing. Blessing, I get your biggest trophy, but step fight.
We didn't play.
Is to see Sundowns lose. No matter how can someone come on air, Ari, Sundowns must ask them advice on how to win Africa. Are we talking about the team that was playing against Jwaneng FC? Like, what is advice, I think? I get you guys.
Marakumo, orata beef man. Kupa uja chicken kaiwan.
Chicken dang buddy, yan walisa. Oh, come already egg. What the story so sis, mamang beef. No, mara my bra. We try not to ignore. Mara, you can't be said. Oh, yeah, man. Aramas kaskim how to win go Africa. Kastas 95. Guys.
Okay. I'm gonna come back.
Sharp.
Let me go to Kolani. Kuma man, tell me, Kolani, could this be a blessing in disguise? And not to say that something was happening wrong or whatever, but you know, every now and then, can you remind Banyana that you are beatable even if you're perfect, if that makes sense?
Yeah, you can say this, Mr. OT. But at Sundowns, you don't need I'm a blessing in disguise. I come around you because every season we aim to improve our performance as compared to the previous season. So last season we finished. Okay, we were knocked out in the semi-final, but we didn't lose. About Sapoma goal difference. So for now, we are behind. Season and this current season. So come next game, we should put an extra effort. Make sure we win against the pyramid. And Step further, I step further. We need to like get yourself a brass or your position as a star, and then so recognize. By the way, it's sometimes it's like I'm a Champions League finals out too. If you don't know, buze thina sokutshela thina. Asifikanga izolo. Asifikanga izolo ka Sundowns like ama fans eMan City. Sibadala ka Sundowns.
Hey, uyisusile stepfather. I think he's a good. Uyisusile stepfather. Actually, look at
How can you ask for ama advice umuntu odliwe ejwaneni mfethu?
Nako-ke stepfather, nako-ke kushilo ukuthi bayeza. Let me go to stepfather. Stepfather, is this a blessing in disguise for Sundowns? Ukuthi maybe they must refocus. Maybe they must remember ukuthi nakhona ukudliwa.
It's not a blessing in reality. Because in Africa there are no. In reality, ukuthi Africa basiyona amajayenti ba abantu nje. Ba abantu nje who happen to be there bathola iform nyana then bazaba ama semi final nyana la abawatholayo. In reality, it's not a wake up call. In Africa, they are just like a Man City. At least now, back to the winning njengabo ngoba iwina ngebhekdo nyana le abangena ngayo because we win. In reality, it's not a in reality le. And bakwazi abaqola ukuthi bona abaluzanga nathi asiluzanga phela kuyijwaneng kwaba i-draw. Nabo bathi akaze beluze but baphuma kuma-semi-final nathi asiluzanga kwaba i-draw. But then it got different because kuba nento yokuthi aggregate is 1-1. So shouldn't that us lose ke saba ne draw unfortunately saphuma njengoba bana kodwa nje le reality masandawana ukuthi eAfrica ningabantu nje at least niyazama niyafika kuma semi final nyana but niyogcina lapho vele ngekho ngane quality nayo anikho athi ngibayeke la basithina indaba zitayera steam ivulandlela lesitale livulandlela South Africa yonke leyo style sisirasti.
Hi guys, Danny. I think Tiyo ngilamlele. Yo. Yaliwa. Tiyo. Vodacom. I wanna get. Let me go back to Kumo. Kumo, can you give me 2 positives and 2 negatives from this game?
Pirate now go careful this year. Like we le Botswana kan twena ka Greyhound ka base. I wanna mela flight to vulandlela eng. Ka 95. Oh wala ra mara le na mara George le tla batho. My bra. We are giants everywhere. Like I want the AFL.
It's gun blazing, guns after guns.
Kyo Vodacom is catching up.
Yeah, can you hear me, Mr. Oti?
God.
Yo.
It's fine, Kumbo, carry on. I think that was just it there.
Okay, 2 positives. Because like we outplayed Mazembe, we didn't lose to Mazembe, they outscored us. Well, if you want to be technical, positives were there, combination play was there. Like they should have watched Richards Bay semi-final. CAF but hanging platform on Yarin. Not demand was subscribe to group because most hands Mofe di link a subscribe le bilo nga ka group re tlo mo ruta bolo se motho re bolela game yeah re tlo wina e re batle
2 positives and 2 negatives.
Negatives go we didn't score, positives we outplayed Mazembe in every department. Then even positive here but for the first time Ronwen Williams Haira Michigan High almost knacks. That's what I'm looking for. So yeah, man. Reshapo for now.
Okay.
Visa. Why you looking visa? Why it visa? Visa. Why it? We call it like a Sundowns who like have.
Hey, 2 positives and 2 negatives from this game.
Now, see, there's nothing much negatives. First, what Joe didn't score. Positive. Our way still works. Our system still works. Yeah, ngasho leyo nje when Mr. OT. Ngicela ukubuza iform ingathatha 8 years. 8 years. Uthi bafisi. Alimini kancane bafisi.
Yo, guys, today.
Ama-passports first, because ama-page angcolile laphana iy'tempu ama-stamps ugcwele ama-passport labantu labagcina nini ukuflya first bambe ngebhasi uqinisile ukhuma bathatha ibhasi first i-rear vaya lesigugile vele bajikela lapha kwijwaning. Come on, Trace. Azobe sikubone sivale. You'll heal.
What's nice is that for one, Chiefs is not mentioned. Let me go to stepfather. Hey, they're out for you today, stepfather. Out for you. 2 positives and 2 negatives from this game.
Angisali nani masandawana. Angisali nani ngikhomela ama-passport la mini kancane. Positive yakhona ukuthi i-Sundowns they can play. Ubafakile uMobashi they can play. Ubafakile they can play. Of which is positive for them. Mabeza la they can win this game and they can win any game. Then the negative ile nto ukuthi abasakori. Mele bebe worried na ukuthi why bengasakori because they created ama chances bangakora. Ekubeni bekora siyabazi they can score at any given time but then they couldn't score this. Yabo mele bebe ne worry ukuthi no Conte wrong. Yabo. But other than that bafethu hayi nizobuya basandawana nizobuya. As for Chiefs na OT besingeke sikhulume ngawo phela sikhuluma i-Champions League.
That's why ngithi kumnandi when ningazimenshini sihlalele khoneni sinibukele sikhiphe popcorn. Let me go back to Kuma. Are there any small teams in this thing? Because here we stand in your group. Everybody's beaten everybody. Everybody's on 3 points. We've seen what Jwaneng has done to We Dad. We've seen what Jwaneng is doing in that group. We've seen We Dad is now at the bottom of their group. Should you be wary of teams? Are there small teams in this competition?
I believe that once you reach the Champions League, there's no way you are a small team because small teams don't finish second. Small teams don't win their perspective leagues wherever they are from. The thing about tournaments, like, it's so easy for Sundowns to win the league because it's a marathon. Champions League also, it's a tournament format, and you know how shaky we can be when it comes to tournaments. And
well, not in the group stages, to be fair to you guys. Not in the group stages.
Yeah, and remember we gave Al Ahly beating Sekai and they actually won the entire thing. So it doesn't say much. Yeah, wanted the caliber of quality we are as Sundowns. Once we lose a game, everyone celebrates, everyone gets their panties in a bunch. I want to say a lot about us. So small teams, man, small teams, and people really prepare well for Sundowns. They prepare well. That is why Rolani has to come up with different tacticians every year. Now he introduced chameleons, whatever he says. Now it's much more aggressive because he knows Africa, it's not for the faintest of hearts. Like, you need to be aggressive, you need to be smart. Or one of this tiga what they don't play it anymore, if we're being honest. But there are some elements where we just enjoy passing the ball around to effect to score. So man, yeah, it's a stumble, a very small bump on the road. It just shows how competitive this CAF thing is, especially in our group. Like, it's an open group, anyone can really win this, So I really have nothing to share, and to come here and say I wouldn't even call Jwaneng a small team because fine, they don't have the pedigree of the Champions League, right? But they're doing wonders for their group. So if we're gonna use the small analogy, then we know we did are like kings of the CAF, but they're there lingering at the bottom. So we're gonna start saying we did is a small team. So no, small teams are only in Orlando. Orlando again a small team. Orlando Pirates. This thing Bojani.
You were doing so well. And I was thinking, Urayazi, this one's going to end another shot, and the shot still came.
No, it's not short. It's kid effect.
There we go, Tolani. I see. Are you with me? There we go. Tell me,
Absolutely.
are there small teams in this thing? Because now you guys beat Noadibu, TP Mazembe beat you guys, Noadibu beats Pyramids beats TP Mazembe. Are there small teams in this thing?
Otsi, I think the name of the tournament should tell you a lot. It's Champions League. So whoever who's there, unaleo Champions League identity. So and even our results and our standings, like our stats, mini leagues, it shows there's no small teams because all the team managed to get maximum points to after magame amabili. So mawuzoba complacent uzoba nenkinga mfethu. So every game we should like take every game serious, because there's no small team.
Okay. Stepfather. Now bashayana bonke na ijwaneng ishabo abo Witted is at the bottom of the log. Na Sundowns gule group yabo bashayana bonke. Is there such thing as a small team good Champions League, a team that you should win against?
I think I second into small teams now. Because each one was supposed to be a small team, but then school managed in the because you want to be weakest league must be I sold Lulala. But I think because of each one. So then they small teams, what in big teams, I say wins. Then the dominance as into what I manage. Let dominance as a not Iakadia Pela manage. And I'm glad Masang apart of on the Sundowns. I'm glad the Sundowns is representing us very well up in Africa. And Labatima said not I was sneaking up before. So this thing of small and big, I say West in the north, it's in a game my figure like South because it's South is starting to men up now my figure up. So it's small and big, I say then. It's so we are going to Banofun and Zanda, but Mama was your dad. Never what you mean I'm from South and you're north and then not the videos was winning I Sabians.
Okay, come on. Is CAF doing enough to publicize this CAF Champions League? Because, for example, this weekend, you have to go to Facebook, it's over there, those weird pages in order to watch this game, or YouTube, those weird pages. Is CAF hamstringing itself by not giving these games to the whole of Africa to watch?
Hey, my brother, I'm assuming you're referring to TV rights and stuff, ne? One thing that I learned about these new TV rights, ne? There's a company in Togo, ne? Which is backed by the government support. And this company, I think it's called New Media or New
Yeah,
World,
New Media,
something.
they just announced it, yeah.
Yeah, ne? It's only active in 16 regions that are French speaking, right? So in the past, we used to have multi-choice, which is the biggest across Africa, right? And we also had Canal Plus, which was the second biggest. And those two, because they were always collaborating to a point where Canal Plus bought 30% stake eventually, but it was buying bits and bits of stake in multi-choice, right? So it doesn't make sense. The two biggest broadcasters here in Africa don't have the TV rights. Ne? So multi-choice, even as I know, it doesn't make financial sense to go and bid for this right. It doesn't make business sense at all. So these people, Togo, they bought this rights because bona banyogo pusha to host or to revitalize their economy via these rights. And one thing, people can come here and say, what is Mutepe doing there? Yes, he's the president, but remember the structures are democratic, meaning he outranks everybody, but the decisions have to be voted for. And it makes financial sense for CAF because the Toko guys are bringing so much money, right? But us as the viewers, we don't win because we don't get to see the games live. So in terms of marketing, CAF itself properly. I mean, like I was happy to see they brought in Jessica to be part of CAF, but even both roles doesn't include marketing, because the first role was for women in football. The other one, the recent one, I forgot it, camera, some marketing.
Deputy president, deputy chairman of
club,
the African Clubs Association.
Yeah, so she, even her being the marketing guru, she can't do anything to market this thing, yeah, Kev. So it's an overall problem. I don't think they take marketing seriously, or because of like, luckily our teams that we follow, they do try more on social media platforms to come and update us. Even Levona, they don't do enough, because when you ask when is this game gonna be played on, they don't answer, they ignore you, and I'm frustrated that thing. So man, I don't know what we can do to shake Kev, or what I mean, like marketing. It's just you can agree these people right now get the free to air, right? Even you can tell them, if you're gonna get the CAF games, you as the free broadcasters, you have to advertise for the entire week. You have to advertise across all platforms. I get free to air, include your radios. I get online, digital, and also television. So that should have been the conditions. If you want to get these rights, this is what you're gonna do. And I believe now, if people do that, we can actually grow football to everyone. So that's the only thing that I have against CAF.
Kolani, in general, as South Africans, for example, we don't necessarily care that much about CAF. Like, we'll watch Sundowns, but if you ask people about the rest of the teams and all of that stuff, most people don't care. Is CAF hurting itself by not making these things available to everybody, not pushing for broadcast deals to go wider? Now, if you want to watch the game, Jenga Saturday, Facebook, in the middle of nowhere. What is CAF doing enough?
Yeah, it's since Ukumo eseyichazile mfethu, I think Mazobheka president mfethu naye, I think he'll fall short mawezozama ukwenza ngaphezulu kwalokho, because I think kune politics edlalwayo lapha phezulu. So kahle i-CAF doesn't care about ama fans ukuthi babe ne-access elula kuma games. They only care about their pockets, yabo. Ngingasasho ke kodwa i-president ye-CAF, like sengisho nje abantu abakwi-board and stuff. So I think okuningi usekushilo ukhuma bese ngicela mhlawumbe ukuthatha iditho encane,
okay,
and throw a young question. Njoba kade nje step forward ukuthi ama northern countries, they don't want us to succeed with CAF. I had a conversation with cousin Yami when Peter was appointed as a coach Al Ahly. What this appointment is not for Al Ahly. It was only to disturb momentum Sundowns. And I told him, uqinisile wathi Pethu come 3 season uzobona uPethu uzobe ngekho laphana. So mase kwenzeka kanje, and the way ama journalist ama opponent edlala ne-Sundowns take ama coaches ethu, ngicabanga ukuthi why right cousin wami, because mawuzobheka mfethu they don't feel safe now ukuthi i-Sundowns dominate, and they try by all means ukuthi bas-disturb. Don't you think ukuthi i-appointment was as cousin wami wayesho ngayo? I'm asking you, Mr. Oti.
You know how I feel about this. I always say that I don't blame them for wanting to keep dominance. I don't blame them for doing whatever. Same as when you speak about Sundowns in our league. I just feel as though, for me, we need to be wiser. You get what I mean? My question then becomes, when Danny Jordan is sitting in these, Danny Jordan or whoever's from SADC is sitting in these meetings, what are they saying? You know, when they get there and maybe there's rights things and maybe there's coaches and maybe there's this, what are they saying? You know, luckily Sundowns wasn't broken by the pizza thing, if it is true. But let me say this, I don't know if it's true or false, but I don't believe it should change, even if it was true and even if they are evil. It's up to our teams. When you go play in some countries in Africa, you stay at the West hotels and they make you drive 3 hours and they all those things. You need to be wiser now and go, okay, fine. Since this is what we're doing, let's figure out ways to get around it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, because and now what they're doing is for themselves. So now we should come up with a strategies to stop them from dominating.
Let them ban. Let me go to stepfather. Stepfather, is CAF doing enough, man, with this CAF Champions League? Because we don't necessarily care. Le tournament that much as go north or whatever. Is CAF doing themselves worse by not having broadcasting and all of that stuff?
Oti, I point in, we do care about CAF. It's just that when it's difficult to see born, boom. So CAF was not made for us in Abambasa South. That's why Amanyama game they make sure you don't even see it no matter go Facebook, no matter go YouTube. Kube inhlanhla nokuthi siyibone iTP Mazembe neSundowns because iTP Mazembe bongake ngisho mntwana umngena necamera before lapha if you from south. So iCAF yenze ngamabomu not ukuthi they can kube bayathanda ngabe sinayo i-multi choice obani besivezela laba game, but they don't want us to see inkohlakalo yabo because iCAF lapha kunenkohlakalo eningi ngabo. It was sakhona babu isahathu lenkohlakalo yabo laba bebenza abaphezulu. This thing bebenza ukuthi vele ihlezi ile ko north na ko west abebengasibali thina because more bigger isystem yakhona we-CAF indlela okudlalwa ngakhona kwenziwa sure ukuthi wena when you coming from the south uyahlukumezeka. You understand? So CAF is not doing ngamabomu. That's why they don't care ukuthi media what they don't want the world to see inkohlakalo abayenza because abancane ukubekela ama-penalty awu-4 egemini angayenzi sense. So if bekune-media uyacabanga ukuthi ngabe bayenza nenkohlakalo yabo le. It's the way ukuthi befihle inkohlakalo yabo le abayenzayo. They want angeke beze beyifuna ngisho kuyifuna ngisho ukuthi uyafuna ukungena uwaveze lama games eCAF ngeke bekuvumele because they know ukuthi masuwaveza then uzomela edlale fair. So it's indlela yabo ukuthi kudlalwe ngale ndlela okudlala because we-CAF awusurvive ungekho tough. Kumele ungene udlala ngendlela abadlala ngakhona. You understand? And ngifuna ungena le point lelaxolane lelakapitso ne.
Yeah.
Ale babona ukuthi uPitso usheshe wayifunda because uPitso usheshe wayifunda le ndlela edlalwa ngayo eAfrica. Washeshe wayifunda ufike wayifunda wabadlalisa yona. So babona ukuthi ukuze sikhinyabeze laba asithatheni lo muntu lo. Because uPitso uyakwazi ukula umlilo ngomlilo. Unlike thina ama-South Africans ukuthi uzofika idlaliswe kabe le eCongo mangifika la ngibafaka emhlanga mina la eThekwini belale kamnandi bevuke ema-swimming pool. Whereas mina bengilele ehotela lapho enamakokoroshe ngidla ukudla okubhedayo. You understand? So uPitso ubadlalisa exactly lento abadlalisa yona babona yazini iSundowns sizosilimaza because iSundowns ubethu kusakhona uPitso even though uRulani and the staff basakwazi ukuyimaintain lento le but they don't have the mentality leka kaPitso ukuthi fight fire with fire. You understand? Babuye bebe soft aborulani they want to play it fair. Understand? Bafuna ukuthi uPitso doesn't care makuthiwa siyalwa manje. You understand? That's why bathi yazini asimlande lo simthathe simuze ngale not very soft simxoshe ngale then laba bazosala bekhinyabezekile but unfortunately ke the Motsebe family banemali eningi bakwazile ukuthi be maintain le yanto leya. You understand?
Okay, Kumo, firstly, what do you think about what Kolani said right now about maybe the North trying to weaken Sundowns by taking Pitso? And then secondly, completely different point, started TP Mazembe is a nice, I think it was 18,500 seater. Can PSL teams emulate those type of stadiums?
My bro, what Koleni says, it sounds about right? But I'm not angry. I would have done it the same way because I like to win by any means. And luckily for them, their third Pitso was Sundowns. Yes, he's our legend. He's our messiah because he brought us our first star. It doesn't matter what door it comes from. It's a star nonetheless. He nearly he saved us from getting nearly relegated. So Pito will forever be iconic, right? Despite him having his big mouth. But man, in terms of stadiums, I agree. Sometimes, bruh, you know, a team can try. Because I know for a fact, Motsipe once tried to buy Odi Stadium where I stay. It's called Muma Wapan. But the government, hey, we had other plans. Hey, it's gonna be used for athletics. Right now, it's rotting. Can't be used for anything. And also, he was supposed to get fined. He was supposed to get a smaller stadium, go to MAMELODI Beach Stadium. How I wanna know? It's like a patch. The government, the local government, was supposed to revamp why Zibo Brass, the hustling boyfriends, the Bukhret man, and the way jail. So there are so many factors, man. You can try and have a vision and try to get a stadium of your own, but things work against your way, especially if they don't favor you or if you don't pay enough people under the table, the brand envelope. So concept that thing guy rat. I mean, like honestly, like some teams, there's only 3 teams who can really play. Go 80 seater capacity to 40,000. You know which teams there are. So if you can get like 84,000, it's sharp, it's fine. It becomes that atmosphere. Maybe people are gonna start longing to go to those stadiums because not everyone can come in. Even the players are gonna feel the support. I mean, like if you look at some of the teams go EPL. They've got very small stadiums, and wow, you can feel the love. Even so, we care about that 12 men, but in a smaller venue with the echo, and the players.
You could even see the TP Mazembe.
Yeah, you can. You are a bride, please a lot. So yeah, man, if you can adopt that concept, and invest in infrastructure, that's how. Yeah, it would work for our people. Because right now, we don't go to stadiums anyway. There's like 4,000 of us that go, so it is gonna be perfect for us.
Okay. Let me go, Tolani. It's the stadiums. You know, I know we talk about these huge stadiums. I've heard Chipa saying that he wants a stadium. I've heard Cape Town City saying they want a stadium. This TP started TP Mazembe. Is it something we should aim at? Boma 15,000, 18,000.
Of course, Oti, of course, because we hardly fill up some stadiums are more than the low amount there. So must not create an atmosphere in general as a stadium say TP Mazembe. It could work for us, but abantu baya okay, this is a slaughterhouse. By feel 12 men too. And also make it difficult for them. For my position, I want their concepts in the so I mean, I'm all about their concepts today.
Okay. Stepfather, Stadium TP Mazembe, nice and small, intimate. Yes, one mabarasa lapha. You know, even though it wasn't all the way full, even when it came to Sundowns, you could feel Nati man. You can feel that bit of claustrophobia. Tell me, do you think that more PSL teams should look into these type of things? Is it possible?
Yeah, but then akhona nje ovethi mancane vele but still bayahluleka ukuya understand. Bakhona abo Princess Magogo, they are very small but still ufica kudlala khona abantu abayi5-6 nyana. Princess Magogo, you can feel it any time makuthiwa kudlala khona. So ingasebenza, but the thing is thina ibhola lethu alibekwa lapha phezulu. You understand? Ibhola lethu liyafihlwa likhulunywa kambi. Ibhola lethu advertise ngale ndlela ukuthi umuntu abe ne-interest ukuthi aye groundini because thina siye ground ngoba siyalithanda, but what about umuntu lo ongalithandi njengami ibhola, understand? Uzoyiswa yini egroundini yena?
Yeah,
because if ubuke England they sell you ama-games akhona, they sell you. Uvuke ekuseni uthola ukuthi khona ukhojo usegroundini le-Everton, kunetasele segroundini le-Man City ikhuluma nabo. Yabona umuntu uthi uyakudayisela le nto lo, wenza ukuthi uyithande already because usuyazi une-Goodison Park kune-Etihad nani because uyadayiselwa. So ngeke ungahlali ungaphezu kwegroundini. Thina even those engaba amancane angakanani, still ama-games wethu ayafihlwa because kwazi mina nawe kudlala iPirates umuntu ongathandi ibhola njengami akazi ibhola liyadlala kusasa yabo ubengazi ukuthi bekudlala ama-semi-finals cup nge-weekend umuntu ongalithandi ibhola abanye bengazi ukuthi kudlala ibanyana banyana today so kungasebenza kube kungasebenzi futhi because sinibhola lethu liyafihlwa kunomuntu okuhlahla kube nento esabothatha thina ayigame yethu because thina ibhola lethu ngabe hlezi kugcwele ama-stadiums because ibhola lethu lihle but thiwani kubantu kuthiwa limbi liyabheda you understand so kungasebenza kube kungasebenzi futhi.
Okay. No, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna end the first topic here. Thank you, Kumo. Thank you, Tolani. Thank you, stepfather. Nalabo that tried to get in and couldn't get in. Thank you for joining me. We're gonna move on to the second topic now. The second topic is going to be the only national team that matters, the only national football team that matters in South Africa, and that is Banyana Banyana. They have qualified for the WAFCON tournament, the Women's African Cup of Nations, a tournament that we won last year. So the reigning defending champions will be able to go and defend their things. It was over 2 rounds. First round we beat ETRC, and then second round we went and faced Burkina Faso, who we played to a 1-1 draw in Ivory Coast. The game was in Ivory Coast. And then we came back here and we beat them 2-0 to qualify for that thing. My thoughts before I open it up. I'm in 2 minds about Banyana Banyana. I love Banyana Banyana. Anybody who's watched my show knows that Banyana Banyana is one of my favorite teams. That being said, with my love, I think we're falling a little bit behind. And again, it's up to Sundowns again to show us. When you watch MAMELODI Sundowns ladies play, you realize what women's football can be. But when you watch Banyana Banyana play, it still feels like the Banyana of the early 2000s. And I mean it like this. When you watch Sundowns ladies play, there's a strategy, there's a plan, there's a formation, there's a way of bringing up the ball, there's a counter press, there's a 3-4-3, there's a that, there's a that, there's a that. When you go to Banyana Banyana, we still play a lot with natural ability and busta. So we basically allow our styles to be the ones that dictate how the game is going to go. They're not necessarily, or I feel, they're not necessarily told how to score, where to go, what the tactics are. They're basically told, you know what, guys, get onto the pitch. We trust you, your experience, your stars, go play. And I think that holds us back because if you watch this game, Burkina Faso was nowhere. Burkina Faso had no plan to attack us. They were defending. They weren't necessarily in the game. They had a couple of chances where number 10 Wabo, incredible player, was putting Banyana Banyana under pressure. But for the most part of the game, you didn't know what was going on. Tembi was missing. Jermaine also was missing. They tried a formation in the first half where Tembi was playing on the wing, crossing into Sioposinwe and Mahaya, which was very weird because they don't usually cross. You see players that we've watched be amazing at club level. Ramalepe. Ramalepe, for those who don't know what Ramalepe is, that goal that was trending for MAMELODI Sundowns ladies, she's the player that trapped with both her feet and put in the through pass, the first through pass. Goes missing in these games. Our defense was all over the place. And we still won because there's a level of quality. But in terms of the type of game and the play, Banyana Banyana leaves a little bit to be desired in that regard. And also, Aukasheba, Coach Desiree, Coach Desiree struggles with a lot. Take nothing away from her. She's won the WAFCON. She's gone to the World Cup and done well. But some of her tactical choices and some of the way that Banyana Banyana play is so old-fashioned that when we come up against your Nigerias and the strong teams, it could be a very tough night there. That's what I think of this game. But obviously, we clap our hands for Banyana Banyana. They are through. They're going to be playing the WAFCON tournament. Also, shout out to Janine van Wyk. Janine van Wyk has now become the most capped national team football player, whether male or female, in Africa, with 185 appearances or caps for Banyana Banyana. She tied the record this past game versus the Burkina Faso a couple of days ago, and now she's taken the record. So well done to Janine van Wyk. She also played her last game ever for JVW FC. For those who don't know, JVW is Janine van Wyk FC. She started the team. It's in the Hollywood Bets League. It's playing very well. She started in 2013, if I'm not mistaken. And now she's retiring for good. So they gave her 7 minutes nyana, man. 7 minutes nyana to come out, play, and then she was taken off. But very improved second half from Banyana Banyana. They went back to what they know. Well done to Nicole Michael for scoring the second goal of the game, and to Linda Mutlalo for scoring that first goal, which was a penalty. I'm going to let in the second panel, and we're going to discuss a little bit about this game and what we saw. Kwabini, how are you?
I'm sharp. I'm sharp.
Unja, uyibona njani le game puti?
And angiyibuka ngegame because bengisespanel but ngiyabuka ama-highlights manje. But what make me happy ukubona le ntombazane le ekwazi ukuthi le biya kuyilento kwi-Brighton e-England.
Mob.
To Faith.
Faith.
Something
Faith.
Like, yeah. I'm so happy to see someone new from out kuyilento kula mantombazane ukuthi alandwe from ukuthi azodlala esquadini. Ilento ehlula kwenzeka kubafana bafana, and then I'm happy kule out le usiye le scoutayo usibanye sibanyoni into ekanjalo. That out yona mpethe always ikhombisa ama national team nampa abadlali abakhona, they have to go to South Africa ibheke kubona. So leyo nto ingenza ngibe happy kakhulu. And then I'm so proud for uCaptain uVan Wyk. She work hard. She work hard. Where she is now, she deserve it, pa. She deserve it. And then we are happy for amantombazane. Kancane ama out somewhere ayofunda.
Ay, mabafune, but until then, Banyana Pambil. Let me go to Butla.
But get out here. But out here me kuyolunga konke hlazane kwalunga ibribe kwi-PSL. Esidliwe solo ngento engekho. Out. But ke kulungile bafethu ngoba sikho vele nge-PSL we about bafana no stress.
Okay, no stress, my brother, no stress. Sayikhuluma kahle lezi ezinye. Kambe uSuthu, i-team yakho ne?
Yeah.
Yeah.
uSuthu mfethu ubonile out yami.
No, sizayikhuluma. Let me bring you to Butari. Butari, welcome to the show, my brother. How are you? Butari, can you hear me? Hey, okay. Ausentabhi. Ke ba uletse ha ba batla go kena.
Ba right. Taba entse le bua ka yona butle pele ke starte mo taba entse le bua ka yona ya careful hore why re tlameha o sokola, just like rona basadi haholo ha re tsebe hore na ga tseba o di game di dlala 202 205 sometimes ra sokola re bona fela o so post we he Sundowns win he Pirates win na di dlala ka re sa bona. Like today ntse hetseng ka Banyana Banyana ha ke qala ke bulela Banyana team ke bulela TV first ke checkile 202 ka bona go haidlala ka be ke tloa ke ya ko 191 ine sa dlala sometime re sebeletse SABC 3 khona kuba o bulela o re bolo ya dlala SABC 1. The first thing ke yentseng ke qadile SABC 1 because ke yona enka why ine sa dlale ko SABC 1 ho etsahala eng ke dipolitiki tsa eng tse tsala in this country tse amang tse affecting everything.
The funny thing is, Linda, I opened app at DSTV. Kareno check because people had said that like SABC 1, SABC Sports, SABC 3. Ha ke man go dlala dilo no deal ne ha ke checka nako ke 20-3 kara man ere ke shebe ko website ka bane le mo ko DSTV e ngwetswe ha ngolo hore they're going to play. It said some other show is going to play then ka itlogela. So le bona man ba sleka ka Banyana.
No, ke batla ho tseba the reason e etsang hore SABC 1 e ska televisa Banyana Banyana ka nako ke efeng. Why ba sa re jwetse? Because ha re tloha SABC 1 ha ona game. Ha ona sheba SABC khona o itholang. Ho etsahala eng? Ke di-conflict tsa ntseng di etsuwa ka ntho tse sa tlamang e etsa di-conflict monana ka hara maphelo a rona. So how do we ha re nana hore ko sa fa ho tlo loka eng ko hodimo di-office ko ka di-team tse ha o etsahala so fela. Ya re jwetse ho etsahalang ha ke tsebe OT ha ke tsebe mara ntho etsuwang ke everyone a go dimo ka this country is not okay, guys. Le bolaya bana ba rona ba ha ke tsebe bana ba rona ba tlo phela in which world? No, ha ke tsebe ntse ke ipotsa the way dintho di etsuwang ka teng in this country.
Okay, let me bring in Maronza. Maronza, welcome to the show. How are you? I'm good. Maronza, hey, what did you think of the game today?
I mean, I watched first half and a little bit of second half, right? But I felt like they were panicking first half, you know. They were rushing. They were rushing actually. I don't know for what. It is too hot. The only thing that you need to do is to manage the game. Try to manage the game. Try to frustrate them and all that. But if you rush, then you overwork yourself because it's too hot, you know. So I felt first half they were too ambitious, trying to I don't know how to put it, man, but they were trying to rush things and all that, trying to get a goal as early as possible and all that. It's too hot, bruh. Actually, the conditions were not allowing them, you know. And Pretoria, one thing you have to understand is in Pretoria, I think it was around, if it's not 31, 32, you know. So what you need to do, you just relax, play your own game, try to frustrate them. But I felt like Burkina Faso were, you know, too physical, you know. First half, so they were too physical. That's what I've noticed. They were trying to push them back as much as they can, but trying to, you know what, to be too. I don't know how to put it, man. But I felt the ladies, man, were too ambitious, man. If they can stop that, try to manage the game as much as you can. That is my take on this one. I didn't watch it after that because I was using my phone, so I was busy with something else.
Yeah.
To be honest, they are rushing, and this the coach of changing stuff and all that, breaking and changing and all that, chopping and what is very wrong, you know. We come back from a World Cup, we play very well and all those things. Why do you have to change most of the things? I don't know for what. You know? So I felt the changes that he brought into the team, they caused the team also. So you rather keep the same team. If something is not broken, why do you have to change it? I don't know. You know.
Okay.
So but the two center backs, hey, they were good, man. To be honest,
first half.
They were good. What I've noticed is that they were playing two center back and they were the left and the right were overlapping all the time. So the two center back were always staying there and they were, you know what, they were shining, you know.
Okay.
I think Burkina Faso, they brought a young squad. That's what I've noticed also. Brought a young squad. Energy is there, but not experience, but they have energy, to be honest, you know. That's I think the other thing is that coming from Burkina Faso to this side, they were frustrated that side at Burkina Faso 1-1. So coming this side, they wanted to make sure, but they were rushing. That's what I can say. They were rushing, man, and I didn't like that style, to be honest.
Okay. If I can just jump in, I think for me, one of the things that stood out for me was that I'm always the person who has said that Coach Desiree needs to try new things. So I also have to hold myself accountable because in the first half, she did try a new thing. She tried a new formation. She tried people in different places. It didn't quite work out. And you could tell that in the second half, they got a lot more comfortable because they went back to playing the way that Banyana Banyana plays, that sort of 4-3-3 type of thing with Tembi at the top, Hilda on the left, sort of helping out there, and Nicole Michael, standout player who came in and really upped the tempo. I think the only thing that Nicole specifically needs to learn is when to be fast and when to be slow. Sometimes you're too far away to start running at defenders and trying to beat them with pace. And she got it right in the second half. In the second part of the second half when she scored. So well done to them. Kwabini, ngifuna ukukhuluma le ndaba yokuthi yazi not enough is being done to highlight Banyana Banyana. Not only the fact that they're champions, not only the fact that they qualify, but also nje indaba yokuthi sazi ukuthi ama-game akhona anini, badlala nobani, what does the win mean, what does the lose mean. What do they have to do, man, ukuthi bathathwe serious?
Brazo, I won't lie to you. Amantombazana akwenza konke. No, kulekha kwisafa. Kulekha kwisafa. Isafa is too lacking. They think only the people who are playing a better football, it's the boys. Laba bangenzi lutho. Yabona out yami like lento eshoyo. Mabezodlala asazi ukuthi kwenzalani. If you don't have a phone, you won't know nothing about Banyana Banyana. Ukuthi okay bayadlala abantwana kwenzakala in. How come always they take ama games bawase koPitori? Come to Durban. You check Bafana is edlala ne Benin la. How was the support? How come they don't give those ladies to go all over the provinces of the country to see how much support they have? KZN, we have a support, especially for the girls who can go all out. And then there's no need to take amantombazane mezodlala uwase ku kulento kulama CDP amakhulu. Emakasa abantwana bazodlala khona ema-stadium bathole support.
Let me go to Butlare while Kwabini network iyamhlukumeza lapho. Butlare, are you with me? I think Butlare is not with me there. Ausintabi, ha re tsebe hore ba dlala neng, ha re tsebe hore ke bo mang, ha re tsebe hore ba winning, ha re tsebe, we don't know so many things about Banyana Banyana. And also, I like this point that was brought up here by Ulebza. Is it Ulebza? Or no, Atokensi, that they're playing during the week, Katri. When are they going to be taken serious, Ausintabi?
Hi. You know, ha ke tsebe hore nna kapo di-politics tsa South Africa di kenelletse mme re sa tlamehang ho kena teng, because already all these things ke di-politiki fela. Nothing else. Ke di-politiki fela. Ba tlabe ba ho o bula TV o thola hore Banyana Banyana ya dlala. Neng why isa ba le nako? E fuwe nako le yona hore batho ba iprepare ba tsamaye ba lo support as much as ha o tlo dlala bafana re ta ka setsa ka hore ke ba ba tlo dlala bo troki gore ha ke tsebe na ho etsalang. Jwale bana ba etsa ntho tse ntle ba tlameha ebe ba bewa pele ho mang. No, ba ba dia stamina sa bona ba ba nyahamisa honestly.
Maronza, when is this team going to be taken seriously? They're champions of Africa. They've done well at World Cups. They've got players that are standout players when it comes to national teams. Kiyo Chanin van Wyk has broken a record. Boposha Mdise are top scorers in Africa. She's the highest scoring national team player in Africa. But all the way from back then to now, it doesn't seem like this team is taken seriously.
You know what? Let's start here. Who's the marketing officer or who's marketing for SAFA? Because I don't even know. You know, I think that in the when the cabinet sit, I think they're around 56 or something. But who's marketing for them? You know, we can take it into Bafana also
as well. Yes.
But who's marketing for them? To be honest, let's be honest. You know, there's you need to market it as much as Mama said about SABC. Banyana Banyana is a national team. SABC is South African Broadcasting Corporation, right? Why can't they be given the authority to be watched there and all that, you know? And Banyana Banyana is supposed to be an A game if you can check, you know? They're coming from World Cup.
the come from the won the African Cup of Nation, all those things. So it's an A game for now. You understand? So they have to be given their flowers and be broadcast in a way they should be. You understand? But now I don't know who's marketing for them. I don't know who's marketing for Safa. That is where the problem is, you know. And let's be honest. If they're failing to do that, right? As much as there's a Hollywood and all that, right? Are they marketing it enough for the ladies to come to soccer and play soccer? My answer is no, because if for them to do that, the league's supposed to be more, or the competition should be high, but now the competition is still low and all that.
Semi-professional league.
It's the same as like Ipola La Secas and all that, you know, but it's a professional league. So the marketing is wrong because of the undermining of and this thing of is a ladies game and all those things. And remember, as much as it's a ladies game, right? But they have to change lives. But I don't think Safa they're doing enough to do that. They're not doing enough to market their games. That's what I can tell you.
Okay.
For last thing, I think they were playing in Pretoria. Why can't you take them 2 days prior to go to main lane, to main lane mall? Give them tickets. Go to Atteridgeville Mall or whatever. Give people ticket. Bring Bomatlo there. Market. So are they marketing those things? No, I don't think so. Schools are closed. Ikolos valile. Like everybody has finished writing, right? Especially on the secondary and the primary. Do you want to tell me kids cannot go into watching those games in Atteridgeville? I beg to differ. I don't know. That is my take on this. I don't know. The marketing is wrong.
Tara, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Since you're jumping on, quick thoughts on the game, and then when is this team going to be taken seriously?
Oh, yeah, no. Hi to everyone. Firstly, we are calm now. We were stressed in the afternoon. I think the game, no man, the game was messy. Everyone, someone on the panel said it felt like they were panicking. It felt like they were in a rush. And I think it goes to what you were saying about Nokolo, that she was busy, like she was just working hard. You know, the team looked very fragmented. There wasn't any synergy between like all of the parts. The defense was falling apart. Middle field was not necessarily commanding the game. Our forwards were trying something new. It didn't work. But yeah, first half was messy. Second half, they came back. I think Nicole Michael, yeah, congratulations to her getting her first goal for Banyana. Yeah, she has speed. You talk about the lack of experience, but I think she's giving the coaches a headache in terms of picking the squad. I think she's really fighting for her place. I think she's really fighting to be a regular in the team. Kaylin Swart today performed. I don't know when she will get vindicated, but you know, today she did the things. No, guys, today she did the things, and at some point, like the commentator was talking about her distribution, and I saw it, and I was like, "Ish, guys." Yeah, no, distribution is still another one that we are like, in terms of goalkeepers, can somebody get her distribution right so that, you know, we are settled in that department. Faith got her first cap. She had a few minutes on the ball, which I don't know. I thought it was decent moves. She was playing close to Norkolo, so I don't know if I'm mistaken to say they seem to have the same type of play, but we will see. We hope she comes around. We hope she actually gets play time. It's actually very interesting. We were complaining about succession. Today, a defender was retiring and a defender was making her first appearance, you know. So, man, there's there's wins here and there, but today's performance, personally, I'm worried about 2024 and about our readiness. And moving forward, generally, it's not like high stable team ya rona. And I think our team coaches, all of them, they don't have a plan on how to work through younger players into the team. Because you watch how Lona Temamhlongo was playing. She's very new to have been like left alone, without support in those moments. But yeah, I think they're doing well, the team, despite everything else that happens around them. Are they being taken seriously? I don't think so. The last match they played, it was in Orlando. I think it was a Monday. It started at an awkward time, and like the question was, if you're going to play a match during the week at this time, who are you targeting? Because I think at that time it was like 1, and my thing was like, even school children are not available, like Rona supporters that are in corporate. If we had the means to say, I know regular ticket is a 5 or it's a 10, no one would be able to make it to that match. But yeah, Safa is still it's still the thing that's letting football down in South Africa. I don't know what will change it. But yeah, we'll see. We hope the girls rest, and when they come back and they start planning and preparing for next year, that things come together. I'm not hoping for too much, because change doesn't come that fast. And by now we are satisfied as supporters that the problem is not the talent. The problem is the administrators and the coaches. So yeah, we'll see.
Babang, they're about to play 3 games in a row, but asikho lapho. Asikho lapho. Well, for me, I always say that the way you feel about something is how you're told to feel about something. Right? Many of us feel a way about our teams overseas because we're told to feel a way about our teams overseas. I remember using the example of De Zerbi. I have not watched one Brighton game, not one. But I have been told that De Zerbi is one of the best coaches. And I feel like that plays into your Bafana Bafanas and your Banyana Banyanas, because Banyana Banyana is not sold to us as a champion team. They're not sold to us at all. And when you don't package those things and give them to people, we fall back on knowledge of what we knew before. So I knew Banyana Banyana to be slow football and this 15 years ago, 20 years ago, right? Now it's incredible, but it's not marketed to people. You don't get to watch. I've said plenty of times here that if you watch some of the Hollywood Bets Games leagues, some of the Hollywood Bets Super League games, you'll find that they play a lot better than a lot of your PSL teams, right? The games have an ebb and a flow, a pace to it. And if it's not shown to you or marketed to you, then you don't know. You look at Bafana Bafana, who are not that bad. They're having a relatively okay run. They've done better than most of the Bafana teams of the past 10 years. But because we don't know about it, our opinions of it are still based in that Bafana from 10 years ago. So not enough work is being done to teach us, How many times have you seen Banyana Banyana lifting the WAFCON trophy? On TV, on socials, wherever. Most people probably don't even know that they're WAFCON champions, right? Most people don't even know a lot of things about Banyana Banyana, and it's because we're not getting shown those things. You need to have a little bit of pride, show it a little bit. In terms of the games and things like that, guys, 3 o'clock on a Monday, who's gonna go watch? Clara spoke now about that game that they played at Orlando, which was, again, awkward time. Who's gonna go watch? Who's going to take it seriously? This was a WAFCON qualifier, just like Bafana Bafana had been playing AFCON qualifiers. The DRC games were Olympic qualifiers. You would never know. You get what I mean? Even just if you look at the small things, like I remember when they came back from the World Cup, They come back in 2 groups in the middle of the night. No one really knows that they're here. There's no fanfare. There's no free train rides and all of that stuff. How are you meant to have the public respond to these people if you don't do those things? But anyway, back to football. Tabi, we've been watching, we watched the Champions League. Mamelodi Sundowns ladies win the Champions League. And now we're watching Banyana Banyana. It's too different, man. The footballs are thing, they're so different. And when you watch Mamelodi Sundowns ladies, man, hey, that football, yo, is champagne, man. Is Banyana Banyana falling behind a little bit?
Na butle ke sa bua hape again. Taba ke ba itse ba batla Banyana ba itse ba batla ho etsa 16 teams tsa league ya Banyana.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, hunkwa di varsity ke tsona tse bapalang. E ka or from Bloemfontein, Free State, Tamele, Ibe Little Payon. E ka from Natal, Ibe Little Payon. Why only the university is on it's on this thing? Why they say ba PSL ka ba nne ka ba sa di relekan?
I can PSL ay batli.
Ha di ba ne relekan?
PSL ay batli.
And then after that, nakiatine, wa bona ngwana wa ka ke a dlala bolo ka moka thunga utlwa ha ka fela o batla o tshwana le bo Beckham le bo Messi kutlwa ntlena ka o fetisisa. Because o ke se batlo wa pala ntwa motho e mong le lona le na le mantwa lona mabedi. Di role models tsa bana ba rona mo South Africa di kae? Jale no bana ba rona tlamele ba wishe hore e tswana ke le Spain nka be ke tlo ba mamang. Ho etsahala is why re sa iketsetse tsa rona mona. Owa. Ba etsa league ya Banyana ha ke bone tswela pele ke bona fela e di diversity tse no jwalo, and then tla thola sometimes ha re tse bana ba rona di tournament o tlo thola bana magua ba Banyana ba dlala le bona ba bashimane. Why? Because tournament ya banana ba lekana le bona tse itsuang for bana ba batho ba magua ba tla kenywa ba dlale le bashimane mara ba se dlale le batho ba tlo dula mo le ba tlo bapala le boma.
I think it's also the way by Ensign League, because if I remember correctly, before Hufita Hollywood Bets, it was the Cecil Regional Leagues. They're still there, and then you qualify. So the university, the only advantage they had was because the programs, I think they already had them. So it's almost like, Baba Kupile, or okay, guys, you guys already have these programs. Cecil League, Harriet's League, Hollywood Bets. But the issue is that I don't think by launchile sintle, by Becca sintle, you know, and basansana ba kopa the teams are PSL hore the team and things like that. But right now, the only thing by etsang is that they're profiting ka hore the university already had the program tseo. And
say ke na le ngwana wa 17 years a sa kgonang ho ya varsity. Ente to ka dlala ball o lo dlala kae?
I get by shortcutile. That's why I get by shortcutile. Instead of body bule and make them properly, they just went, oh, luna nali program, because libona diversity they complain. Kabane aba khone go patala di player ba ba fa di scholarship. Jwale, can you imagine Hollywood Bets on top ya fitla? No, now on top of all of that stuff, chance badaleko leaking ena that we're not going to give money to. Lily University, they complain. They fight because lebona it's almost like they're taken for granted.
Why go bane ntwe ile ka e khona ba di se khona ba patala ha ka be o tla ka basading ema. It's not
ke PSL. I buy PSL again.
Batlo kae bananyana batlo dlalla Banyana incoming next year to come batlo kae itse ba bula ya league ya Banyana ha iyo ba ka university batho ba ile university ba ile lo pusha di career tsa bona ba etsa di sport management ke gola ke bona ba ntseng ba dlala mola le no, it can be ha ke itukise hantle sa fa ena le PSL ba etsa dintho tse keneng ka tsela ba rute bana ba rona hore le lona le ma South Africa le a khona ho iketsetsa ntweng khona ho iketsetsa bana ba rona ntweng. And then I go tsa tshwana le tsa hore bana ba mo ba ke se bapale football ya mo ha o no nka coach ya tswang kwana eCoast la dia go nka mona o expecta hore e tla re bana ba South Africa ba dlale football wa South Africa ba tla dlala ntho e dlalwang Yugoslavia not mona South Africa. Ke
I was on a football, but I was talking about ever peel. Rekenye mama, I was talking. Banyana Banyana, is it falling behind Kopolo? Kopolo about the way they play.
Banyana ba tla loka ha fela ho ka fela dintho tse ding tse ngata. It's not hore ha ona talent mo South Africa. Ha if there's re akatswa ha ka batluwa ba escort ba batla banana ha e tla kgonahala. Mara ha fela ntho ntse di ya ka le eme hore na mang o kgona ho etsa imang ha no kgona ho etsang ha re tsebe re tlo end up re le kae.
Okay. Oscar, 2 questions then. I'm gonna ask you. Okay, no, this first question. Banyana Banyana, you watch Sundowns play and all those. Are we falling behind at the national team level with the way that we play? Not necessarily that it's super bad, but you watch other teams and the progressions they've made. Are we falling behind at national team level?
I think so. I think we are falling behind. And I think it deep into that thing because it's more than just a match and tactics thing. I think even Lao Cheka, the psychology when they're playing, we are really behind because like how Cheka, today's game, this team was not in the match. They just came to frustrate us. And it was so easy to get us frustrated. And it's just like, but guys, let's go World Cup, you got out of the group stages, you beat Italy. They were talking about you on international stages. They were surprised that the country does not have a professional women football league. You guys can perform at that level where even the international society is like, but these girls can play. So when you measure that, when you look at them at like their performance when they became WAFCON champions, and when you like the consistency is not there, the mentality is not there, the ability to just adapt also is not there. And I think it starts in the changing room because that thing that I don't know if we want to change or if we want to stay the same. But with football, you can't really always depend on the same players, on the same style, on the same pace. I bet people have analysts. They study you before they come and play with you. So what is the thinking behind always deploying the same strategy over and over again? Eventually teams are going to catch up and you are not going to be able to measure. Right now, today's game, Reba Winne felt like that thing, they were not able to compete with us.
Yeah.
In terms of, was there something amazing that we did on the pitch today? There wasn't. And it's those moments also that get lost where once a game is secured, it's time to start exploring. It's time to start, and especially when a team is not necessarily looking dangerous. They took out their star player. So clearly they're not going to attack you. So explore, like put in players and change up the play and see what needs to happen. It cannot be that now, like her first match, I was so happy, like she's back on the pitch. We can't be performing like that as a country at national team level. There are players that can play, and not to take anything away from her abilities, because I think she in terms of playing and in terms of controlling their mood, she's very powerful in that sense. Like when she is around, it's like they think different and they play different. I don't know, maybe she needs to hold a masterclass and teach the others. Because we cannot be so frustrated. But in terms of them falling behind, I think they are falling behind. But you will blame Safa. It goes back to Safa again, because you look at period not so long ago, she went on a training in the US. She was part of the World Cup coaching team, and things popped. And now that like they come back, obviously she goes back to her normal deployment of the other national team, and now it's back to old school. There's nothing wrong with old school, but old school needs those, fireworks to make it work. So hey, it's worrying, but re tla bona teng, re tla bona. With Banyana, you can't throw in the towel because like honestly, they are the one team that we are like that are keeping us in football like stable and sane. Yes, Bafana are performing, but Lebona they have their own issues that are keeping them from performing at their best. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Maronza, is Banyana Banyana falling behind, because you take up a coach who coached Dallas there, Sundowns. Sundowns is playing incredible football, modern football. Go Banyana Banyana, we still have that thing, Yobu star. I have a star player, they will make the decisions. We don't have to teach them or tactic them.
I think there's two ways to this, I have two answers for this, but the good thing about them is that they have internationals now. When I talk of international people who are playing for AC Milan, some of them they play abroad. That is the good thing about them, So they have that depth, Sundowns are doing well and all that is the only different. When you look at on the technical team, right? As much as my sister has said, um, with good guys who can analyze the game. If the answer is yes, then but I don't feel that we do have those things, The coach the coach herself, right? Desiree, if you check, is she that equipped or very much experienced with coaching? No, I don't think so. I'm saying this. Did she ever coach a team? Maybe on the Sasol League and all that, right? But not on the highest level, right? The only thing that they needed to do, right, as much as now, the what do you call it, the league that they have already established for the ladies. If she has coached there for maybe 4 to 5 years, then we can say she's equipped now. But now she's not there yet. You understand me? And then now whatever is happening at Banyana is because of these ladies themselves being out abroad and get that experience and bring it back here. That's the only difference. Unfortunately, the Burkina Faso side, you find that they're playing at Burkina Faso. There's no international and all that. If you can check, that's the only difference, right? But if we can take away and bring them back here and say, you are playing for TS Galaxy, you're playing for Sundowns and all that, we have nothing. We have nothing because the technical quit labor. Let's be honest, cheap labor. Desiree, you want to tell me she's paid enough to say I'm being paid to sit on that bench? No. The technical team themselves, are they paid enough to say they are more professional? The answer is no. So what I'm saying is that the technical part of it is that they're not experienced enough to carry the team, to bring them to remember now we're playing modern football, Football has changed itself. Is there's in the level of a modern football? If the answer is no, then Banyana Banyana, themselves, the ladies you see on that peak, it is because they're international. Then they take the international experience, bring it back to Banyana Banyana. That's the only difference.
Okay.
That's the only difference because if you can check, if we can take Desiree now and say go and coach Sundowns ladies, for example, right, and go to Africa and do the very same thing, it could be different. The man who's coaching Sundowns he's been there with that lady. I think we talked about her last time, me and you. They've been there for more than 6 years now before they even became professional players. 6 years prior to. So the Sundowns ladies that you see now, they're starting from the junior level going up and all that until they are now. So they have one team for more than 6 to 7 years to 8 years. Hence now you see Sundowns ladies the way they gel is because of that. So we don't have that. We don't have the material when it comes to the technical team. The only thing is that the ladies are fighting themselves because so most of the national. And if you can check, the spotlight for Banyana Banyana is high now because everybody that comes into Banyana Banyana, she wants to go outside, abroad, and all that to play outside because there's no money. Let's say that's the only difference now. It's because of fighting to say the fittest will survive. So if you're fit enough, you'll go and play AC Milan, whatever, and then you get paid more.
Okay, let me bring in Kolani. Hey, your team, man. Hey, team yakho futhi. They've shown us pressing 3-4-3, beating presses, playing this very, very, very modern way of playing. Even in the Champions League, the Women's Champions League, what we're watching all together. When you compare that to Banyana Banyana, do you think that Banyana Banyana is falling behind a little bit when it comes to playing?
Yeah, I would say, and you can see the Banyana is falling behind first, and it's thanks to Sundowns to expose ama officials like we staff. We would say they need to beef up a technical team ka Desiree. Because they were bound to fall back first. Because Mozopega, we lately and we see rely with talent. Then we see how hungry are our players to make it big. Yeah, so the game has changed now. We have to be tactically and do those and go detail to detail in terms of analyzing the game, spotting the right talent, making sure that person is well equipped to play that position. So ukwenza njalo we're going to need to beef up a technical team yakho, and to beef up a technical team is not cheap. So I think it's not going to happen anytime soon because Amantamana they still have to go on strike to be able to get some opponents up. So at the moment it's sad in terms of because we can see which we have talent. It's just that we only need a passionate federation admins who has care for Ilokuzan for game mates. And umehluko between Sundowns and Banyana. Sundowns cares about women football. And unfortunately, Safa doesn't care. They only care about lift a trophy when the job is done. Sadly, for Mantomazane, they didn't even have a parade. But when a CAF. If they had the same parade as like Amantomazana Manning and my election were going to be inspired and want to play for Banyana Banyana. So we still lack in advertising our women's football, and I'm very disappointed with South Africa.
If I could just jump in, like I think for me, again, Sundowns leaded the way in showing you what can be. I think I don't want to take anything away from Coach Desiree. Coach Desiree is an African champion. Coach Desiree took Banyana Banyana through some of the toughest situations that we've had to create this team that are champions. My only thing is when you watch the play, and over the past few games, it's become more apparent when you watch Banyana Banyana. It's very old school, and it's very based in my players take advantage. My players are the ones that lead this team. I'm not going to tell my players where to go and what to do, but I know that Urifilwe is experienced, Linda's experienced, Tembi's experienced, Hilda's experienced, Jermaine is experienced. So that front six or front five, I'm just going to put them on the pitch, and because of the experience in the relationship, they'll win us the game. But something happened, man. When I was watching these games, Sundowns in the Champions League, and you see, all the things I mentioned, the pressing, you see the way they play, you see the passages of play, you see how they beat presses, the 3-4-3, like you see so many things. You even see how the players play different. I make a joke about this every time Banyana Banyana plays. Ramalepe for Banyana Banyana versus Ramalepe for MAMELODI Sundowns are two completely different players. Positions aside, the way she plays, the freedom she plays with, the way that she's supported around her when she's playing, how everybody knows, it feels like everybody knows Sundowns what their jobs are and what they're meant to be doing, right? When somebody has. I'll give you an example. We watched the game today with Burkina Faso. Every time the ball went somewhere, so let's say it's in the middle on the right-hand side. When Linda gets the ball there, there's no one to just run to her and give her support. When she traps the ball in the middle of the pitch, there's no one who's coming in to run and give support. They then have to turn around and play to the back. It's little things like that are coached. And that's why I asked the question that as much as Coach Desiree has done incredible with this team, is it time to bring in Coach Jerry and make like a coach's trust where all of them come together and advance this game? Because you are going to need games where Coach Desiree's style is going to be very strong. But you're going to have games like this kind of Burkina Faso game where you just can't find the goal. You just can't find the goal. You just can't find penetration. These people are sitting back. They're not in the game. We had a lot of the ball. We had a lot of the play, but we couldn't do anything because there's nothing being coached. And that's where my question about Coach Desiree comes from. We've seen it now. And again, you don't want this team to become an emotional team where when it's a World Cup, we play. When it's a WAFCON, we play. But when it comes to these little qualifying games versus maybe lesser opposition, we disappear. But anyway, guys, I think I'm going to close it there. Thank you so much for joining me. Ausintabi, Clara, Kolani, Kwabini, everybody that joined me today. Thank you so much. The show is on every Monday to Friday, 12:30 in the afternoon, and also Monday to Wednesday at 8 p.m. You guys can also join me. We also do watch-alongs as we did with Banyana Banyana this afternoon, but we usually also watch the big three, Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns. We're going to watch Pirates tomorrow, 7:30. So join me. If you want to watch any of the previous episodes back, they are available on Facebook. They are available on YouTube in full. We've had some incredible discussions, not just about match reviews and things like that. We actually discuss some very big topics within our game and in football in general. So if you want to join that, do that. But it's fine. The best way to contribute would then be to go onto YouTube. Click on subscribe, then join. The membership is only 20 Rand, and you get access to our WhatsApp group, which is where we have much bigger discussions. Abo Kumo, Abo Theo, Abo Agent. Yay, there's a lot of discussions that we have on that group about football. So it's very amazing. 100 messages deep of just us going back and forth. Kari voice note, kari what. Lebo Tara there, lebo Asintabia there, lebo Kolania there. So join me. That's the best way to contribute. It does really help. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys then tomorrow, 12:30.